we do these mind movies, and we teach them how to, instead of watching some ridiculous late night fright commercial about your immune system getting weaker, or you need a flu shot, or you need to drink a certain beer, drive a certain car, to look a certain way, or to be loved or liked. And that's all programming where you're relying on something outside of you to bring you some emotion or feeling. That we teach them how to become the stars of their own movies. And we induce a trance with their eyes open, and they understand the science behind trance. And when you're in trance, you're less likely to analyze. And what separates your conscious mind from your subconscious mind is your analytical mind. So as they move into trance, they slow their brain waves down, they stop analyzing, they increase their level of suggestibility. And suggestibility is your ability to accept, believe, and surrender to information without analyzing it. So go back to a late night fright commercial where you're just sitting staring at the TV. It's called programming for a reason. Your brain's in trance, you're in alpha or high level theta. You're not analyzing, you're just sitting there, and all that information is going right into your subconscious, and it's recording it. So then when you start experiencing any of those symptoms, or you start feeling some lack or emptiness, your brain is naturally going to create the picture of what you associate as a reason or a way to get out of that emotion. If you're watching television, don't watch anything that you don't want to experience, because you're programming yourself for a specific outcome. And it turns out that many of the commercials are actually programming you for the very thing they have the solution for, if you look at it from an objective standpoint. So I thought, why not get a group of people to go into trance and understand the science behind it? And then instead of looking at some frivolous commercial, why not be the star of their own future? And when they play a strong song, like a powerful song that motivates them, and they're watching scenes of them in their future, just like when you were, watching, driving down the car and hearing a song on the radio, and it reminds you of a time in your life, an associative memory. You're associating that song with some memories. From a biological standpoint, remembering your future is actually no different than remembering your past, and you can program your subconscious into that future. And so that helps people then to get clear on the future that they want to embrace, and it puts them in that right energetic or emotional state. So we use a lot of the mind movie technology. We teach them how to specifically create something out of nothing. We teach them how to connect to that unified field and to create from the field instead of from matter. And turns out the brain and the heart gets highly organized when we do this. And we've been doing this new thing in our week-long events, which has been really profound, and we've been teaching coherence healing. And we have witnessed some of the most incredible miracles, Brian, that I thought I would never see in my lifetime. Everything from cancer, tumors disappearing right during the event, people that have hearing difficulties hearing again, people with Parkinson's disease freed, people with crutches walking without crutches, people stepping out of wheelchairs, blind people seeing. I mean, we've seen, and I have to tell you, I was more surprised than anybody in witnessing this. But
what is coherence healing?
So our whole model that we use in our work is about creating brain and heart coherence. When there's a great communication between the brain and the heart, people are more aware, they are more healthy, they're more connected, they're more present, they're more kind, they're more loving, they're more caring. And so we teach people how to create this kind of brain and heart coherence. Well, the coherence healing we couldn't teach at the beginning of the week, because if a person is about ready to heal another person, you can't be thinking about the pain in your back, how long it's going to take, or if you're doing it right. You got to leave that on the beginning of the week. You got to get beyond that early on. So we do the coherence healings at the end of the week, and we call it the cage. So we take a person that has a health condition, they lay down, and we put 8 people around them in a cage. 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, at the head and at the feet. And we give them the science of understanding how it all works. Because if you look at some of the research out of Yale University in the 40s, some really elegant researchers, they came across the understanding that most people think that it's matter that emits a field. But in actuality, it's the field that creates matter. In other words, they started studying and understanding that certain rodents with certain propensities for certain cancers had a very specific electromagnetic signature in their field. And every single rodent that had that signature in their field had the type of uterine cancer. But there were certain rodents that had the signature in the field that didn't develop the cancer yet, but they ultimately developed the cancer. So it wasn't matter that emits a field, it's the field that creates matter. So the question is, if you can change the field, can you change matter? And so we give them the science and the understanding behind that, and then they raise their energy. They have to be in the state where they open their heart, because this is the center in which we give. And that center has to be activated, and it has to be coherent, and they have to be trained on how to do that. They have to be able to connect to that field of information, and then they have to get beyond themselves. And when they start creating very coherent energetic signatures by placing their hands in the field of the person laying there, they begin to produce very organized, more holistic patterns that begin to disorganize or create an unraveling of matter, and then you see this reorganization of matter go on, and I'm saying within minutes. So I've seen bodies shake uncontrollably. I've seen people arch their back where there's nothing touching the ground but the back of their head and their heels. This is energy. This is a very profound energy. I've seen people feel more love than they've ever felt in their entire life, and that's information that's being overlaid into the field. And so the more they are connected to that field, the faster amount of time it happens. So we're getting good at it. If you give people the proper instruction and you set up the conditions in the environment, and you start to witness people get their hearing back, and it happened in 15 minutes, you got to scratch your head and you can't go back to business as usual.
The mind movies in Dr. Joe Dispenza's workshops are absolutely unavoidable. I also talked about mind movies in some of my previous videos, but besides them reprogramming your subconscious mind, mind movies will also help you achieve hard coherence and brain coherence. This is the state where you're at your best, where your creativity can flourish and you become a magnet for attracting anything you want. That's one and only reason why Dr. Joe Dispenza uses meditations and mind movies in his advanced workshops. If you never heard about Mind Movies so far, I'll put some links in description, where you can find all the information necessary to know about them. The Platinum members of Good Vibes channel also have the full access to 5 Mind Movies. Mind Movies for health, wealth, confidence, love and relationships, and self-love. If you would like to become a Platinum member, hit the join button next to the subscribe button and choose the Platinum option. Besides the Mind Movies, there are also other features that you will gain access to by becoming a Platinum member. Joe Dispenza's students have amazing results, we could say miracle results in some cases, in just 7 days, after meditating and watching the Mind Movies. These Mind Movies are applicable to every aspect of your life. As Dr. Joe Dispenza would say, your personality creates your personal reality. So why not then change your subconscious programs? You will be able to find those movies amongst other videos on the channel page or in the playlist called Mind Movies. And when you watch a Mind Movie, your job is only to sit and watch. Don't analyze what you saw, just watch. Just like when you watch television in the evening, you sit down or lay down and just watch. And the commercials are programming you without you even knowing what's happening. The purpose of Mind Movie is the same thing. But Mind Movie is reprogramming you to be unlimited. If you love this video, give your thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that bell button and don't miss new videos. So what's your thoughts about Joe Dispenza's teachings? Did you like Joe Dispenza? Did you ever heard about Mind Movies or use them? Tell me everything in the comments below. Stay good and have a great day.